Take a deep breath in, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, let it go. Take another breath in. Let's hold it at the top. Sit up a little bit taller. Exhale, let it go. Let your shoulders melt away from your ears. Let your morning go. And take one more. Bring some movement into it. Let's reach your arms up overhead. Inhale. And put your palms overhead. And exhale. Bring your hands to heart center. Gently guide your chin back towards your throat, lengthening through the back of your neck, lifting up through the crown of your head. And then open up your eyes, circle your arms overhead once more. And then let's fold forward. Walk your hands forward. Come forward into a tabletop position. And then let's flip position of your hands so that your fingers are facing towards you. And then just take little gentle movements back and forth. It allows you to stretch the back of your hands into your wrists and forearms. Now you can stay here with to do your cat-cows, or you can turn your fingers away from you again and move through some cat-cows. So inhale, draw up your belly, arch your spine, gaze up. Cow pose, and exhale, gaze at your belly button. Cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Last one, inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And then come to a neutral spine. If your fingers were facing towards you, go ahead and turn your fingers to face outward towards the outsides of the mat. If your fingers were facing away from you, do the same. Turn your fingers outward and then just start to shift your weight left to right. Let's all turn so that your fingers are facing away from you. Walk your knees in, and then we're going to do some wrist strengthening exercises. So we're going to lift the heel of your palm up, and see if you can lift up your thumb as well, and then lower. So move with your breath. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. So we're going to do about 10 to 15 of these. On your own. If you start to feel fatigue, you can stop and stretch your wrists if you need to. And then let's all lower the heel of your palm down. Roll your toes under, lift your hips up and back, downward dog. Settle out your feet here. Take a few bounces, bending your legs, reaching your chest towards your thighs. And then we're going to come forward into a plank. Modify if you like with your knees down. Wherever you are, make sure that your shoulders are right over your wrists, gazing straight down at the mat. then let's lower your chest all the way down. Come to your belly. Untuck your toes. Bring your big toes together to touch. To zip up your legs as if you have one cobra tail. And then squeeze your elbows into your ribs. Gazing straight down at the mat. We're going to inhale. Peel your chest off of the mat. Pressing into the tops of your feet, tops of your legs. Exhale, lower down. And 2 more just like that. Inhale. Come on up. Exhale, lower down. And this last one we're going to hold. Inhale, come up. And exhale, lower down. Now let's walk your hands forward and wider than your shoulders. Press into your palms, lift your chest up, gaze forward, roll your shoulders away from your ears. Gaze over your right shoulder, back to center. Gaze over your left shoulder, back to center, and then lay yourself back down. Hands come underneath your shoulders, curl your toes under, press up into a plank or modified plank. Lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale to gaze forward, exhale to walk your feet towards your hands. Let's come into ragdoll pose, so grabbing opposite elbows, bending your legs a lot. Let your upper body hang over your legs. Maybe shift your head a few times. Or nod your head, yes. Release your elbows, bring your hands to your hips, and let's roll up to standing. Let's just move through 2 sun salutations here. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. And exhale, swan dive down, fold over. Inhale, gaze forward, lengthen through your spine. And exhale, put your palms, step back to plank or modified plank. Lower your knees, chest, chin, come to your belly. Inhale to a baby cobra or back bend of your choice. Exhale, lower down. Press up to plank. And back to downward dog. One more just like that. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, walk your feet towards your hands. Bring your hands to your hips, roll up to standing. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. And exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, gaze forward. And exhale, plant those palms, step back to a plank. Lower your knees, chest, chin to your belly. Inhale, back bend of your choice. Exhale, lower down. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, let's gaze forward. Exhale, walk your feet towards your hands. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, sink your hips down into an imaginary chair. Sweep your arms overhead. Reach your hips back. And if you feel some tension in your shoulders, you can reach your arms forward instead. Lift your chest and take a breath. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, plant those palms, step back to a plank. Lower your knees, chest, chin to your belly. Inhale, back bend. Now lower down. Inhale, pressing up to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths here. Inhale through your nose. Exhale it out. One more in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, let's sweep your right leg up. And then bend your leg, let your foot fall to the left, reaching your knee up to the sky. And inhale, straighten your leg. Exhale, let's step it through. Place it between your hands. Wherever it lands, scooch it forward so that your big toe is in line with your thumb. You're going to plant your left hand down. Reach your right arm up, come into a twist to the right. Gaze up. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Let's lower your right hand down. Keeping that back heel up. Let's widen your stance a little bit. So scooch your right foot to the right. And give yourself a wider base. So you are nice and steady to rise up into a crescent lunge. Reaching your arms overhead. Working to get those shoulders right over your hips. And bend into your front leg. So work towards getting this back leg as straight as you can, pressing through the back of your knee. Lift up high on that back heel. So both arms come forward. And then we're going to pull your right arm back into a twist to the right. Gaze back towards your right hand. And then bring that right arm back forward. Back heel comes down, transition into warrior two. Again, gazing out towards your right hand. Flip your right hand up and come into reverse warrior. Breathing here. Straighten your front leg. Bring your hands to your hips. Reach your hips back. Let's find triangle pose. So reach your right arm forward. Right hand comes to your shin, your thigh, a block. And then left arm reaches up. Just lean your left shoulder back to open up your chest. Find as much length as you can through the crown of your head. And see how flat you can make yourself. One more breath here. And rise up. Keep both legs straight. Reverse your triangle. Guide your hips forward. Stretch back. Stretching the right side of your body. And so you'll see that we're holding these poses for a few breaths. I really encourage you to try to make those breaths as long and as deep as you can while we're holding. It also helps take the attention away from any physical discomfort that you may be feeling. Discomfort is okay as long as it's not pain. And let's re-bend that front leg. Cartwheel your hands down. Lift that back heel up. Let's come back into that twist to the right. And then reach your right arm forward towards the front of the mat. And then let's drop your left knee down. We're going to transition into a modified side plank here. So left shin swivels to the left, step your right foot to the back of the mat. My back is facing you all. Keep that right arm reaching overhead. Again, getting a nice stretch in the right side of your body. Lift those hips up. One more breath here. And then let's lower your right hand to the mat. And coming into your version of a plank. Inhale. And exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale to a back bend. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, press up into a plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to lift your left leg up. And then bend the leg, let your foot fall to the right. Inhale, straighten your leg. Exhale, step it through. Reach your foot forward. And then let's plant your right palm down. Inhale to twist to the left. Reach those fingertips up to the sky. Gaze up. And then let's lower your left hand down. Widen your stance a bit. Maybe even shorten it. I just scooched my back foot up a little bit. Just sweep your arms overhead. The crescent lunge. Making the same adjustments on this side as you did on the last side. So straightening through the back of your back leg. Lifting up through your heel. Roll those shoulders away from your ears. Reach your arms forward, palms facing one another. And then let's pull your left arm back like you're about to pull an arrow back to shoot it out. And reach your left arm back. Gaze to the left. Left arm comes forward again. Drop your back heel. Warrior two. We're going to settle into this for a few breaths. Really see if you can enjoy this, the power of this pose. Send your breath throughout your body. Inhale, let's flip your palm. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Lean yourself back just a bit more. Stretch through your left fingertips. And then let's straighten your front leg. Give your front thigh some relief. Lift your hips back. Triangle pose. Reach that right arm up to the sky. Gaze up. See if you can let your chest turn open to the right a little bit more by leaning your right shoulder back. Planting your weight firmly between both legs, both feet. Settle into your breath. One more here. Inhale. And exhale to rise up. Both legs straight. Slide your hips forward. Reverse triangle. Let's rebend your front leg. Cartwheel your hands down. Lift your back heel up. Come back into a twist to the left. Reaching your left arm up to the sky. And then let's lower your back knee and transition into a side plank. So left arm reaches overhead. Swivel your right shin and then left foot steps to the back of the mat. Reach through your left fingertips, reach through your left foot, and lift your hips up, up. Gaze down, left hand comes down, come to your version of a plank, and then lower yourself down to your belly. Inhale to a back bend. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, press up into a plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths here with me. Then let's lower your knees down, coming back into a tabletop. Let's reach your right arm forward, left leg back, and then right away bend your leg. Reach your right arm back towards your foot. If you can hold on to the front of your foot, great. If not, just reach back for it. You have your foot in your hands, kick up. Notice here, if your left leg starts to flare out to the left, see if you can pull it towards center. And then release, lower down to the mat. Left arm comes forward, right leg goes back. Let's bend your leg, reach back for it. And kick your foot into your hand if you have that grip. And then let's release and lower down. Roll your toes under, lift your hips, downward dog. Pedal out your feet. Take your head right to left. And then let's lower your knees to the mat. And come to sitting on your heels. And bring your legs to touch. Hands on your thighs. Roll your shoulders down and back. You're going to walk your hands behind you. Doing a chest opener here. So you're going to tense your hands. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Gaze up. Lift your gaze. Lift your chest up towards the sky. Might be difficult to take some deep breaths here, so just take tiny little gulps of air. And then come on up, stack your shoulders over your hips. And then we're gonna come into a deeper chest opener or camel pose. So make sure that your knees are hip width apart. So take 2 fists and place them between your legs. That's how far you want your legs to be from one another. And then you're going to rise up. Tuck your toes under. And then bring your hands to your lower back, thumbs facing out, fingers facing down, and squeeze your elbows together. Guide your hips forward, start to lift your gaze, lift your chest upwards, just like we did in the prior pose. And again, taking those tiny little gulps of air. Keep guiding your hips forward. See if you can trace your gaze back a tiny bit more. Opening up your chest, squeeze those elbows. And then let's rise back up. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Come to sitting on your heels. Hands on your thighs. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale it out. A few more breaths here on your own, and notice what is coming up in your body and in your thoughts. Let's open up your eyes, shift over to one side of your hip, and then let your legs come out in front of you. From here, let's slowly roll down onto our backs. For a quick bridge pose, so walk your feet in towards your hips, firmly planting your feet into the mat, about hip width apart. And then lifting up your hips. When you get to your highest point, see if you can pull your heels back towards your glutes without making any movement. Bring your hamstrings into this bridge pose. Slowly lower it down, come down vertebra by vertebra. And then let's bring the soles of your feet to touch, knees out wide. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Yourself sink down into the mat. Keeping your attention on your breath. Feel the rise and the fall of your chest and your belly as we breathe. Let's bring your hands to the outsides of your knees. Guide your legs to touch. Roll over to one side. And coming up to a seat. Take a deep breath in here. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one in. Last one out. Thank you for sharing your practice with me and with each other. May you be happy, healthy, calm, and free from thoughts that drain your precious energy. Thank you.